Hi guys. So you made it. Today's the last day of the week, of the first week of distance learning. So we can all breathe. A lot of changes have happened since Monday already. Every single day, the daily agenda has been just a little bit different because, like I reminded you when this all started, we've not done this before. This is all new for everyone, you, me, every teacher, every student that's out there. So we are doing our best and we're learning what works, what doesn't work so well, what needs to be changed just a little bit, or if we need some new things to do. So it'll keep happening. That is really going to be the story of the rest of our school year. So we're going to try to have some fun though. So your agenda is going to be a little bit different today. I really think you're going to like it. All of the requirements on the math side of your agenda are now only in Khan Academy. I have moved Pearson Math over to the optional side. So take a real close look at it. I also highlighted 1, 2, 3, 4, and so that you can get a very clear list of what do I actually need to do in both math and ELA. So take a real close look at those things. Today's only Thursday, but of course it's the last day of our school week. Tomorrow's a non-school day. Many of you may be celebrating a holiday over the weekend. If not, you'll be celebrating a long weekend no matter what, so make it a good one. Before I go, I wanted to tell you a little story. You guys know how much I like to tell you stories, and I will have to do that over the course of the next few weeks because I've got a few that I actually haven't told you yet. So anyway, something happened to me since I've seen you last, and I wanted to just give you a little idea about it. So when spring break started, you know that I was supposed to go to Florida. I was supposed to get on an airplane and fly to my mom's for spring break. Well, everything in the world was happening at that time, and I had to make a decision whether I was going to do that or not. And there were a lot of feelings and a lot of ideas going through my head and a little bit of anxiety about worrying about my mom if I didn't go to Florida and she was going to be by herself and all of these things are happening. So what I ended up deciding to do was I canceled my plane ticket because I didn't want to be in an airplane or an airport. And what I did was I hopped in my vehicle all by myself, packed a cooler full of food and drinks so I wouldn't have to really stop anywhere except for to get gas and put my debit card into gas pumps. And I drove all the way to Florida, roughly 1,300 miles, all by myself, straight through. Probably took about 21, 22 hours. And I got to my mom's and we packed her up, got all of her stuff that she needed to come north because she always does that once late spring, early summer starts and she spends the warm weather here. Packed her up early, seasoned up her house, which means that we did all of the things that we needed to do so that it would be okay for the summer all by itself with nobody there. So we did all of those things, and a day and a half later we pulled out of her driveway and we drove straight north and we drove back here another 1,300 miles. So in 5 days I drove about 45 to 50 hours to get my mom. Because I didn't want her, with all the uncertainty, I didn't want her to get stuck down in Florida for the whole summer and not be able to come home and see her family, which is what she usually does. So that was interesting. I wouldn't recommend driving that far and long all by yourself, but it needed to be done, and that I just needed to do that. So I'm happy I did it. So my mom is here. I have her here with me. I'll have to introduce you to her sometime coming up. She's being very quiet lately. I don't know, I think she's freezing because she's usually not here this early, so I think she's really cold. She spends a lot of time staring out the front window, staring at the bird feeders in her big comfy robe and blanket on her. So I'll have to rouse her a little bit and introduce you to her soon. So I think that's it. I'm hoping to do a Zoom meeting with many of you starting at 10 o'clock today. So if you can get on your computer, check your email, and there is a link for our Zoom meeting. If you're not familiar with Zoom, you're going to have to maybe do this earlier and get your parents' help to maybe download something so that you're able to do that. So if you can figure it out, great. If not, don't worry. This won't be the last time. We'll try to figure it out together a different time. So anybody that can, I will hopefully see you at about 10 o'clock today. Otherwise, you will hear from me on Monday. All right, have a great weekend. If I don't get to talk to you a little bit later, and I still miss you guys, and I wish we were in school, but we're gonna make the best of it, and we're doing that. So, see you later.